Sixer Nation, we are almost there. Just 2 more days. I am pumped. Boston, you better be on the lookout because Philadelphia is on its way. Let's go.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Philly Take with RB, #1 show for Sixers fans, providing the passion, always breaking it all down. You know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the show, hit that little bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. It's been slow the last few days, but man, we are about to jump back into action. I am so excited. The season is upon us. Today, we'll talk some roster updates, a potential contract extension, maybe not, on its way, and some Sixers and Celtics talk. You may notice I'm also wearing a Phillies jersey. Haven't gotten over that win yesterday. You had the Phillies beating the Braves onto the NLCS. You have the Eagles playing the Cowboys tonight. Sixers are going to stomp the Celtics on Tuesday. Union are winning. The Flyers are 2-0. This might be, honestly, one of the best Philadelphia sports weekends of my entire life that I can remember. Agree or disagree? Let me know. But anyway, we need to jump into this Sixers stuff because I am pumped. And before we do so, let's go ahead and hear a quick word from our sponsor of today's show, Manscaped, leading provider of below the men's waist grooming products. Their Performance Package 4.0 is an absolute game changer. You have the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver Ball Toner, Boxer Briefs, any other products that you need to help protect the jewels, keep yourself in good shape, trim the bushes, and avoid hitting any of the roots. It's getting to be that time, winter time. You're indoors a lot. You're talking to girls. You're doing your thing. And boom, you forget to trim the bushes, man. You can't do that. Manscaped has you covered. They will keep you in the best condition possible. Check out this product, my personal favorite, the Lawnmower 4.0. All their other products down below. Click that link in the description. Use promo code PhillyTake for 20% off and free shipping. Trust me, fellas, your lady will thank you. All right. Let's talk about the Sixers, man. I am pumped. A lot to get into. Just 48 hours away from the Sixers opening up the NBA season, by the way, on the main stage. All eyes on us in Boston. And I'll give you my prediction on that in just a little bit. But let's talk some quick roster updates. So, the sad news of the day. Unfortunately, Isaiah Joe has signed elsewhere. I predicted this would happen a couple days ago on the last piece of content. Charles Bassey remains to be signed anywhere. He might end up going back to the Blue Coats, but I knew Isaiah Joe was just too much of a commodity. People keep sleeping on this guy. I knew someone was going to pick him up. And of course, it's the OKC Thunder, who have about 89 young players. They pick up Isaiah Joe, not even on like a 10-day or a 1-year non-guaranteed or, a 2-way, nothing. They sign him to a multi-year deal. A multi-year deal for this guy who people think apparently can't play. No, Isaiah Joe can ball, man. Good luck to him on OKC, and I'm going to miss him. I really wish he would have had the opportunity to grow and excel here. It's unfortunate. It really is. But getting on to the Sixers, a roster update from today. The Sixers, according to Woj, converting forward Michael Foster Jr. to a 2-way contract. He was on an Exhibit 10 deal. Foster is an undrafted rookie out of the G League Ignite. And Philadelphia is going to waive another one of your personal favorites, Charlie Brown Jr. So Charlie Brown's officially gone. Michael Foster gets converted to a 2-way. What does this mean for the Sixers roster? Well, it means the other 2-way contract is going to Julian Champagnie. That means they're probably going to be on the Blue Coats, could bounce back and forth this season, but the Sixers now officially have one free roster spot. Charlie Brown's gone. The 2-way contracts are Foster and Champagnie. Who's going to be the open spot? Well, I guess we might leave it open and leave room to maybe go out and make an acquisition or try to fill some salary eventually and bring in another productive piece, maybe in a couple months, who knows. Obviously, the Sixers got rid of Charles Bassey and they got rid of Isaiah Joe, so they do have 14 players on the current roster. Going to be interesting to see what we decide to do there. It seems to me that we're probably going to leave it open at this point as of the time being. Wish we would have kept Isaiah Joe, but we did not. Now, in other news, contract talks. Sixers and Matisse Thybulle, according to Michael KB here on Twitter, Thybulle and the Sixers have until tomorrow to agree on a rookie scale extension. If not, he will be a restricted free agent after the season. Now, what does that mean? Well, he's going to enter free agency, but obviously the Sixers can match the sheet and all that stuff. Do you think a deal gets done tomorrow? No, I don't. I do not think a deal will get done. I think he is going to go into the season in a prove it type of year. He still needs to prove that he can develop his offensive game. It's been back and forth. A lot of talk, a lot of hype about him in this preseason leading up into training camp, but it still kind of looks the same. He had the game in preseason, the third one, where he hit 3 threes. Looked like he was getting into rhythm. Obviously, we know the defensive abilities and capabilities, but he needs to keep himself on the floor and be able to play offense in big moments and not let defenders just walk away from him, without any pressure. So we'll have to see what Matisse Thybulle, first round pick, they're hoping to work out. I just hope he can show something more this season. He needs to continue to grow. Obviously, Jaden Springer, this means he's going to make the roster as well. So, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see if these guys actually pan out. But if there is a contract update, we will keep you posted. All right, let's get into the Sixers and Celtics now. 2 days away, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, we're going to have Austin Krell on tomorrow night again to preview that game. We'll talk a little bit more into the roster and all that stuff, so be sure to be there. Set a reminder. Sixers play the Celtics, 7 p.m., I believe it is, on Tuesday night. And, opening game. We have 2 games at night, Sixers, Celtics, Warriors, Lakers. Sixers in the first slot. What will this game be like? Well, I was on Run It Back Philly the other day. Shout out to my guy DJ Eastwood for having me on. And we were talking a little bit about this game. And personally, I believe the Sixers have the upper hand in this game. Why is that? Because, one, the Boston Celtics have a lot of expectation coming out of the gate. They went to the finals last year. They're expected to grow in that. But if you look at it historically, the Celtics are a team with a lot of young guys. They're being led by a 24-year-old in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, guys like that. That's not really characteristic of what happens. And I think there's going to be a lot of pressure mounting on them this year. Now, in addition to that, their coach has all these, troubles going on right now, we'll call it. And then in addition to that, you have a couple guys banged up. Robert Williams will not play opening night. Who are they going to play at center? Is it going to be Al Horford? Is it going to be potentially the newest signing, Blake Griffin? Man, if they put Blake out there, Joel is going to feast. Even on Al Horford, I think Joel is going to do good. But Celtics have a lot going on. Meanwhile, the Sixers, who people are starting to talk about, I don't think they view them in terms of the Celtics level yet. Let me tell you something. This is the Sixers' opportunity to come out here and put themselves right in front of everybody's eyes. First game of the year, and dominate, and I believe they will do so. I think the game plan in terms of the Sixers is to come out and establish Joel early. Now, we've been talking a lot about what this offense is going to be like. Obviously, we see the emergence of Tyrese Maxey. I don't think that the national media, the national eyes, even other teams have really talked enough yet about what Tyrese Maxey is doing. And I think it's going to take a little while into the season. Maybe he goes on a 10-game stretch and he's averaging 28 for teams to really say, oh my gosh, we need a game plan for this guy every single game. There's been moments, there's been flashes, but I don't think people have seen it consistently enough to say, all right, we need a game plan for him first or second. And I think the Sixers are going to try to establish Joel early, especially with Rob Williams being out. And I think what we need to do is draw some of that pressure, draw some of those double teams from those interior defenders, in the low post of the Boston Celtics. I think we really need to establish Joel first. And we've been talking about how this offense will play out. I think it's going to be more of like a hot hand type of thing. Some nights it's going to be Embiid's night. Some nights it's going to be Harden's night. Some nights it's going to be Maxey's night. And I think we're going to try to establish our guy, the reigning what should have been MVP, Joel Embiid. The Celtics are going to have to pay a lot of attention to him. And that's where I think the key of this game comes in. The X factor is Tyrese Maxey. Now, from what I'm hearing, Marcus Smart is day-to-day. I think he'll end up playing. Brogdon day-to-day, but they are dealing with some lingering injuries and issues. I think Tyrese Maxey, guys, is going to have a big showing. We'll call it that. I don't know if it's going to be 28 points, 30, 32. I just have a feeling once the Boston defense, tries to cater to Joel Embiid, and hopefully Harden is having an efficient night. What we don't need to do is sit up here and go, oh, James Harden only had 14 points and 12 assists. Oh, that's not good enough. If the Sixers win the game, that's all that matters. I think Tyrese Maxey, though, is going to come out here with some of these guys, Boston injured and just not in the right place yet. Obviously, they have a new coach. They haven't been acclimated yet The guy's 34 years old. He's never coached an NBA game. I think Maxi's going to come out here and shine and put himself on the main stage. I think the Sixers are going into Boston and beating them by 18 points. In fact, the Sixers have won 8 of the last 11 matchups against the Celtics, and the last taste from last year was the Celtics beating us by 48 points. You think the Sixers have lived that down yet? No. They want to come out here and show everybody right away that this team is legit. It's not just a bunch of offseason hype and talk. No, this Sixers team is going to contend. Now, if the Sixers come out and lose this game and they lose the second game, am I going to be disappointed? Yeah, but am I going to say the season's over? No. We need to come out here and put up a competitive match. We should beat this Boston team, in my opinion, talent-wise, especially with Rob Williams being out of this game. I think the Sixers are better. And when I look at it as a whole, I think the Sixers can go into Boston in a tough environment and get it done. Sixers play the Celtics, then they play the Bucks at home. Those are 2 big statement games. And after that, we have about 8 to 10 games where we could probably take most of them. We could start this season off 10-3, 11-3. Honestly, the Pacers, the Knicks, the Wizards, the Raptors, we should be able to win most of those games. So I'm looking forward to this team coming out. The last time we saw them, they looked uninterested in a big game. This is a big game right away. This is a big game right away for the Sixers to come out and get it done. I believe they will. Give me your bold takes predictions down below. Will the Sixers get a dub on opening night? Give me all your thoughts, man. Appreciate everybody tuning into today's show. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like always, I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.